Hey everyone, welcome back to our weekly Roundup podcast, where we chat about the hottest tech and AI stories like they're over coffee. I'm Sam, your main host, and today we've got a bunch of interesting topics lined up, including that whole NBC broadcast drama and AI founders' protest against taxes and YouTube smashing revenue records. You know, it's always wild how fast things change in this space, so Jordan and I are excited to break it all down for you. Let's jump right in and see what caught our eye this week.
Thanks for that intro, Sam. I'm Jordan. And yeah, I'm pumped to dive into these stories with you. I mean, from broadcast edits to billionaire marches, it's a mix of stuff that makes you think about where tech is heading. We won't keep you waiting, so let's start with that NBC thing. It sounds like a real head-scratcher. Okay, so from what I recall, it's about them cutting out some crowd reactions during the Olympics, right? Tell us more about that one.
Absolutely, Jordan. Let's kick things off with that NBC story from Reddit. So apparently during the Winter Olympics broadcast, NBC seemed to edit out the crowd booing JD Vance, which is this politician, and it's got people talking about media integrity. I was going to say, actually, wait, the source doesn't go into why they did it, but it's clear from the post that folks noticed the cut, and it's sparking discussions online. What makes this interesting is how it highlights potential issues with live event editing, even if it's not directly tied to AI like some might think. You know, in a world where everything's recorded, it's a reminder that what we see might not always be the full picture.
Oh man, that's so frustrating. Wait, hold on, are you serious? That they just cut it out like that? I mean, that's wild because it makes you wonder about transparency in media. So, from the source, it's just about this specific incident during the Olympics, right? No deeper implications mentioned, but it does raise questions about how broadcasts handle crowd reactions. Yeah, that's absolutely eye-opening. I didn't realize how common these edits might be, and it makes me think about how this could affect public perception. Dude, this is a good one to start with. What do you think this means for future events?
Exactly, Jordan, and that's what makes it such a timely topic from the Reddit thread. It's mostly users pointing out the edit, so we're not speculating beyond that, but it does show how social media can quickly call out these things. I remember seeing posts where people were sharing clips to compare, and it's fascinating how tech tools help us spot discrepancies. Okay, so moving on from there, this ties into broader conversations about media, even if it's not AI related directly. All right, let's not dwell too long. What's your take on how this might play out?
Wait, that's a solid point, Sam. It really does show the power of community online. I guess for me, it's just annoying because it feels like we're getting a curated version of reality, you know? But hey, speaking of AI and tech protests, that reminds me of our next story. Oh, before we switch though, I want to say this NBC thing is a wake-up call for more oversight. Alright, let's transition to that AI startup founders march. From the source, it's about this guy planning a march for billionaires to protest California's wealth tax. That's hilarious in a way, but also serious, right?
Oh yeah, Jordan, you're spot on with that connection. Let's dig into this one. So, according to the Reddit post, an AI startup founder is organizing this March for Billionaires, specifically in response to California's new wealth tax, and it's aimed at drawing attention to how it might affect innovators in the tech space. The source doesn't go into details about what exactly he'll do or any potential outcomes, but it's framed as a protest to highlight the burdens on high earners. I mean, that's interesting because AI is booming, and taxes on the wealthy could impact funding for startups. Interesting how this reflects tensions between tech growth and government policies.
No way, Sam. A march for billionaires? That's so out there. I can just picture it. Haha. From what you've said, it's tied to this founder's view that the tax is unfair, and since it's an AI-related figure, it might spark more debates in the industry. Wait, what does the source say about why he's doing it? Oh, right. It's just about the plan itself. No speculation on policy changes. This is actually pretty exciting because it shows how AI folks are getting politically active, and I wonder if it'll gain traction. Yeah, that's wild. Do you think this could influence other states or even federal talks on taxes?
Totally, Jordan, and that's a great question. The source doesn't predict any outcomes, but it's easy to see how this could energize discussions around wealth and innovation. For instance, if more AI leaders join in, it might put pressure on policymakers, though we're just going by what's reported. I was going to say, actually, wait, this ties back to how AI is intersecting with everyday issues like taxes, which is something we've seen in other stories. Okay, so wrapping this up, it's a bold move that could either fizzle out or become a bigger thing, and I'm curious to follow it.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so intriguing. It's not every day you hear about protests for the ultra-wealthy. All right, let's shift gears to something more positive, like YouTube's revenue success. From the source, YouTube hit over $60 billion for the full year of 2025, making it bigger than Netflix, with Q4 ad revenue at $11.38 billion, even though it didn't meet Wall Street's expectations. Oh wow, that's impressive. I mean, who knew video platforms could scale like that? So Sam, what do you think drives this kind of growth?
Oh man, Jordan, this one is fascinating. Yeah, according to the Reddit summary, YouTube's full year 2025 revenue topped $60 billion, which puts it ahead of Netflix in terms of overall earnings, and their Q4 ad revenue was a record $11.38 billion, though it fell short of what analysts predicted. The source doesn't specify exactly why, like AI algorithms or anything, but it's clear that ad revenue is a big driver. I think it's all about the platform's massive user base and how it's monetized content effectively. Wait, no, that's not quite right. Actually, let's stick to the facts. It's just the numbers we're discussing here, and it's a testament to YouTube's staying power in the streaming wars.
Huh. Interesting, Sam. So even with the Q4 miss, they're still crushing it overall. I did not know that 2025 figures were already out. That makes so much sense for a company like Google to report big gains. This could mean more investment in creators, or even AI tools behind the scenes, though we don't have details from the source. Yeah, that's wild. It shows how digital media is evolving, and I love how YouTube keeps innovating. What do you see as the bigger implications for the industry?
Right, Jordan? And that's a key point with revenue like that. It's positioning YouTube as a major player, potentially influencing how other platforms operate. The source highlights that it's bigger than Netflix now, which is a big deal for the video market. I mean, this could lead to more competition and better content for users, even if the Q4 numbers didn't wow everyone. Okay, so in summary, it's a sign of strong growth in tech entertainment, and I'm excited to see what 2026 brings.
Totally agree, Sam. This story really puts things in perspective for the whole sector. Whew, we've covered a lot today, from media edits to protests and revenue wins. Before we wrap up, I just want to say it's been a fun chat, and these topics show how dynamic tech and AI are. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll catch you next week.
Absolutely, Jordan. And a quick recap. We talked about NBC's broadcast edits, the AI Founders March, and YouTube's stellar revenue for 2025. It's all about staying informed on these tech twists and turns. Thanks for joining us, and remember to check out the sources if you're curious. Until next time, stay tech savvy.
Yeah, that's it for today. See you all next week. Take care.
One more thing, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. All right, bye for now.
Haha, good call, Sam. Peace out.
And we're out. Great episode, Jordan.